Hello again. Welcome back to Billy Ho Sports. We're doing this weekend. We're tackling the late pick 5 at Aqueduct. So we're going to get right into it because we've got 5 races to cover, picks to make, past performances to look at. Remember, free to subscribe to the channel. Hit that like button as well, and give me a follow over on X at Billy Ho Sports. That's where I post a lot of my content and a lot of the adjustments that I make during the week because, come race day, you're not always going to like maybe after you go back and review things what you liked 3 days beforehand. So follow me on X to get any live updates and let's get into it. We're going to get into number 6 right now, jump right into the past performances, and let's get to rolling. Okay, sometimes these races will tell you right away what you want to look at. We're going 7 furlongs. This is 2-year-old fillies, maidens. New York state bred. There's a couple of big state bred races along this card coming up. So you can see the prime power. You have Miss Tiramisu and Truly Magic in the 120s. Then the next one down is 112. That tells you right away that there's a significant imbalance in these past performances here. So you can see this was all the way down in 99 in prime power. So we're not going to spend a lot of time on these guys, the howling winds of the world. I did look a little bit at Julita, but it's a first time starter. So I more trust horses that have like the top jockeys and leading trainers in those departments and horses that have races under their belts. So even though the sharp furlong workout and then you got the one winner from 2 starters, you still have a poor first time trainer record. So we're going to pass there. Wildcat Annie, we're going to pass, not close with the speed figures. Uh, so we get down here a little bit more. Pretty Magical, I had a little bit of interest in, but the really just the 2 horses, as you can see, the 60s and the speed figures. Then we get to Miss Tiramisu, clearly a third place, just only beating a length and 3/4 in her debut. So the 77 speed figure makes her a standout cat, and obviously George Duarte in the money with all these stats 50%, 57%, 59% in the money with 2-year-olds. So that one is worth the risk. And obviously Dylan Davis, one of the best jockeys. So we're going there. And then the other one was Truly Magic, 75. The speed figures there, only beaten 2 in the 4th place for George Weaver, Eric Cancel. And then you have the late pace coming home. I think this horse. So it's basically the 8 and the 10 for leg 1. As far as that goes, pretty cut and dry, in my opinion. So now we go up to the next race. And pretty close. Bold Ambition is still ahead of them, but Timaeus is the first one. Linda Rice, Jose Lescano. This one is for 3-year-olds and upward, and just a really solid all around claimed from Todd Pletcher back in uh, May. So didn't really get anything out of the June race, but took time off, dropping in class. Might be putting them in a good spot here. So the number 1 Timaeus is probably an interesting horse to go with. Should be in the money anyway. Uh, so definitely an underneath use if you're betting just a single race. The rest of these I didn't really have a whole lot of interest in. I thought Willing to Risk It All, I thought was a pretty good one. Blinkers On, 3rd place. It's just the jockey and the trainer is not one that I'm super familiar with. But the speed figures were pretty decent. Drops in class, improved with blinkers. So the first with trainers on 14%, that's not terrible. 57% of the money, but it didn't end up making the ticket. So The number 8 is the next one was Scat U Tap. This one, it says only one winner in 23 career starts, poor record at the distance. But look, his entire racing career was on the turf, and then or Arega puts him on the dirt for this one, and shows a little bit of progress. A nice third place finish. I know it's beaten over 6 lengths, but still ran a 75 speed figure and seemed to be chasing the field. So you never know that this second on the and stretching out a little bit might be pretty good. I mean, 16% rate sprint around's not bad. So Scat you tap is of interest. So is Six Kings. Obviously, got some good speed figures. Got the nice maiden claiming win previously here for Linda Rice, Eric Cancel. So that one is definitely up there as well. Uh, Linda is 23% first after the claim. She got it from Joe Sharp. So that one's looking good. Number 10, Bold Ambition, is actually a claim from Linda Rice to Michelle Nevin. Kendrick Carmouche, solid enough, but you can see all the good. Usually, when you get all these good stars and you got ran second versus similar, 82 speed rating, Bold Ambition definitely is one that we need to use. So I think we're going to end up going leg 2, 8, 9, 10. Scat You Tap, 9, 6 Kings, 10, Bold Ambition. And the one willing to risk it all is the 5 that I would consider adding in. Maybe 4, 8. If you don't particularly care for the 8, use the 5 instead. Those two are pretty close. I think speed figures are there similarly, but this one's dropping in class and adding blinkers. So if you think that that makes a difference, then you need to get after it. But this one is going second on the dirt. So they're both pretty close to me. So you could use all 4 of them if you wanted to. And there is room on the ticket as we get to it. So stick around as we jump right into race 8. Like I said, the race 8 is the 2-year-old New York Stallion. So let's jump over to that. And here it is, New York Stallion Series. This is 500K, 2-year-old. But this one is Sacrosanct and Bold Fortune, I think, are the two. Man in Finance is also one that's interesting. But really, this race here, Sacrosanct, just destroyed them. I remember this race at Belmont, and they won by 12 lengths in this minor stakes race here, and then came back, beat Moplex, 1 length in the Sleepy Hollow. So that one is pretty solid. And then the one down here was Bold Fortune was the other one. 99 speed rating in this New York bred Futurity. 7 lengths, 10 lengths. Those two just stand out to me big time. So going the 2 Sacrosanct and the number 5 Bold Fortune, that's the way we're going to go with it in leg 3. Now we move over to race number 9 for leg number 4. And this one is the other Stallion Series for fillies. So 500K as well. There are a few of them. Bam's Bliss Kiss, I think, could compete in this one, but I think it's number 7. I think it's going to be Boston's Finest. Just looks too good. Chad Brown is just way too interesting in this race. Queen Atlas had a little bit of a look when that first race, but was pretty eye popping, but definitely didn't handle the class jump. So Boston's Finest. You can see the 2 successful races, the win and then the second place with the Angels. I've mentioned this horse a couple times before. 4 straight wins, tearing up the New York Stakes circuit, the black type stakes. So this one is just definitely a formidable horse. and to finish second, I think is says a lot for Boston's finest. Manny Franco riding, Chad Brown training, and we're just everything looks locked and loaded for that one to be very competitive. Then there was two more down here a little bit further. Diesel Rock, I got a look from pretty good speed figures, but I didn't end up going with it. Chad Summers, Katie Davis. Katie Davis, 2% winner. I don't like going with jockeys with those low win percentage rates. Now, Material Girl, you got 22%. Dylan Davis, another Chad Brown. The speed figures weren't there. I don't know what happened in the dip in the second maiden, but it ran pretty good in the first maiden, going 6.5 furlongs, and then just didn't have it and just flattened out and got blown out. Although the winner came back and won its next race, so it might have been a pretty good competitive field that Material Girl faced. And then Stone Smuggler, Jorge Abreu, Jose Lescano, 88 speed figure, good looking race record, sharp workout. So I think the three we're going to go with is going to be the 7 Boston's Finest, the 11 which is Material Girl, and then 12 is Stone Smuggler. So those three strong uh, horses as well. Stone Smuggler actually faced off twice against With the Angels and ran second both times. So that's going to be your three for that one. And then we go to race 10, which we could do a three-way or a single. So the first thing I would look at is I went down through all these horses. We're going a mile and an eighth, maidens, 3-year-olds and upward. And I just went through, and obviously the top choices: first in prime power, second in prime power, fourth in prime power. These were the three that I landed on right away. I went back through at first trumpet. I didn't think the speed figures are pretty close. It is down 2 classes. So first trumpet, but I just didn't like the jockey trainer combo in this one. And getting beat by I mean, you're dropping 2 classes, but you're still losing by double digit lengths, and you haven't even been sniffed close since the 80 made, since this 80K where you were in the mix one time. So I'm going to pass on that one. Then the rest of them you can see dropping even further in speed figures, 63. This one had a 76 last time out, but I just doesn't like any of the connections. Mono y Mano, Wayne Potts, I considered, but you can see just I didn't have interest in any of these. Dangerous Driver either. So basically it's the 1, 2, and 3 we'll use on one ticket, and then we're going to single the 3 very satisfactory. Picks up Brad Cox picks up on October 5th from Wayne Potts, 31% first with trainer, 33% beaten favorite. So he's just maiden claiming. I mean, obviously he's going to have this horse ready to rock. Manny Franco's going to ride. And he should be closing for a slice, if not winning the race. So very satisfactory. Definitely one of our choices. And then we have Active Duty, another closer from Wayne Potts. I think he picked him up. So pretty high percentage jockey. So I'm going to single the 3 on the ticket number 1, and then I'm going to use the 1 and the 2 in addition, Salacious and Active Duty, in ticket number 2. So that is going to be a wrap for race number 10. And that's your 5 races. So let's do just a wrap on our pick 5 tickets. So ticket number 1, leg 1, we had the 8 and the 10. Leg number 2, we had 8, 9, and 10. Leg number 3, race 8, 2 and the 5. And you can single the 2 is the one I would single, Sacrosanct. But the 5 looks pretty strong as well. We just had the money to get there because we just went pretty cheap. Leg 4, I went 7, 11, and 12. And then leg 5, I singled the 3. So it's a 2 by 3 by 2 by 3 by 1. That's $18 ticket. So if you single the 5, you can in leg 3, if you just singled the 5, you can get that ticket down to $9 if you want to go real cheap. That's the original way I had it. I decided to add in the 5 in leg 3 because I only had a $9 ticket. So I thought, well, hell, I'll just at least go 18. So you got the freedom to add in extras in the leg 5 or leg 3 as you so choose. Just remember they can jump exponentially depending on which leg you're adding to. So that's ticket 1, ticket 2 the same 8 and 10 in leg 1, then leg 2, 8, 9, and 10, the same. Leg 3, 2 and 5, the same. Leg 4, 7, 11, and 12. Leg 5 is 1, 2, 3. Remember, I said I was going to go differently 1, 2, 3. So that's a $54 ticket. So we're changing it up a 2 by 3 by 2 by 3 by 3. So adding those extra 2 horses made it $54. So that's all I have for today. I hope you got something out of the pick 5. Give it a shot. Let me know if you do any good, and you can Venmo me some money. So anyway, I'll be back later in the week. I think we're going to do. I still have the Los Alamitos Futurity to cover, and I'm waiting and waiting and waiting to get some finalized entries. I can't wait no more. If by tomorrow, I think I'll have because I want past performances. I want a definitive field. I don't want to just go out there and preview the 8 or 9 horses that I think are going to race in the race because there's always 1 or 2 that are in and out. So anyway, don't forget to hit that like button on the way out. Subscribe if you haven't done so. See you soon.